Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. And take the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints, and for me, that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel, for which I am an ambassador in bonds, that therein I may speak boldly as I ought to speak. Peace be to the brethren, and love with faith, from God the Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Grace be with all them that love our Lord Jesus Christ in sincerity. Amen.
Good morning, man. How is everybody? My goodness, I am at, what would you call it? Casa Fields. That's what we're going to call it. We're going to call it Casa Fields. How is everybody? Let's see who is in the chat. We are 5-5. Everybody can hear me. We don't have any jerkiness or anything. Yeah, Casa Fields. You like that, right? We'll give a few minutes. Facebook is not being very nice. In fact, what they've been doing, I'm just going to tell you what they've been doing. What they've been doing is they've actually been taking my feed. I've been mostly getting, what's it called? I've been getting like groups and stuff. So I've decided to start a new group on Facebook, and it's called FUFB. Did anybody want to join? FUFB. If Ryan was drinking coffee, he would have done a spit take. So now I thought that I would do it so that I don't upset those people. So I thought I would put an F and then a heart and then a U and a heart and then an F and a heart and then a B and a heart. What do you think? Do you like that? So I think I might actually start a group. It's called F Heart U, F Heart B. And then the powers that be, they'll be like, oh my gosh, this group is growing. Yeah, well, there you go. Free speech. I'm going to see what I'm either going to get banned or I'm going to get a big group. I might actually be seen if I do that. So I'm just saying, because they won't let me broadcast. They're such well, we know what they are. We're not going to say that because that's not. I'm trying to be nice today. So how is everybody doing? Speaking of Facebook, hold on. I'm trying to. I can't even. Like I said, So what they do, the first thing that they do is every single one of my my posts, every single one are private or just friends. So nobody gets to see me. So it doesn't go public. That's the first thing that they do. So every single broadcast, I have to go into my post and I have to start saying, no, it's for everybody. So that's the first thing I do. Then the second thing I do is I have to go into Messenger and I have to go and share. So I go and I share to all the different people. See, and you can't even see half of all the people that I usually send it to in there. Just saying, so there you go. So I think what we're going to do, that. Yeah, I think so. And, look at this. I can't even. I got to go looking for Karen, Mama Karen, because now what they do is they constantly, oh, look at this. You can't even find her. Okay. I'm getting very frustrated. Yeah. Anyway, So, and there's Amy Rogers. So there we go. Okay. So there we go. Anyway, so I hope that everybody is doing good. Yep. We can try and share. We'll see. Anyway, good morning. Yeah, you have a public group page on Facebook, Linda Jones. Cheers. You have a public group. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna have to see, but it is what it is. So who sees it today? Whatever. I hope you guys had a great day yesterday. Today is Thursday. Thursday. We got in late. Well, no, we didn't get in late. We got in actually. Listen, I think I have actually gotten Pastor James Kelly's husband. He has a newfound respect for me because when we left New Jersey into North Carolina, we didn't stop. Nothing. 5 hours, no stop, no bathroom break. We filled up with gas and we went. And that's it. So now I'm on E and I'm hoping I make it to a gas station. So just keep me in prayers because, I wanted to get here. I wanted to get here. And I thought I'd have enough gas. I was figuring it out in my head, but I figured it out wrong. So anyway, how are we doing? Let's see who is in the chat. Let's see who is here. And of course, this morning I'm like, maybe I'll just have it AF and he'll just go ahead and he'll just go ahead and he will, play a repeat. Maybe we'll do that. Good morning, Clyde. How are you? Brother John. Yep. That I think yesterday was his birthday, right? Yes. So we sang happy birthday to Brother John and wished him a happy birthday. Good morning, Kim Florida Patriot. Good morning, Culture Healers. Good morning, Rebecca. Good morning, Riley Queen. Wonder Warrior is in the house. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. If we did Brother John's birthday early yesterday, I thought he said it was yesterday, but if it's today, happy birthday. And go and watch the replay. We sent it to him. Right, Ryan? We sent it to him. Yeah, Ryan sent it. Amy Graff working and lurking. So there you go. Yeah, Casa Fields. You like that? Good morning, Lazarus James. Good morning, Stephanie. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Deb. How are you? Good morning, Linda Jones. You'll be in my group. Yeah, I'm telling you, I think it would do really well. I'm just saying, yeah, if you can share this broadcast out. Okay, go get AF's going to grab some coffee. So, oh my gosh, I'm on my own now. Good morning. Good morning. Yep. Oh yeah, Facebook is awful. It's just awful. Good morning, Tyresa. Good morning. Good morning, Shelley. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh yeah, they're going down. They are. They're not doing so. They're not doing so good. What is that? What explosion? What's up with that explosion at Linda? I don't know. I don't know. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Stacks. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Preacher's Kid. Are you here? Good morning. Oh, you're a Preacher's Kid, Culture Healer? Come on. Come on. Guess what? I'm not. I am so not a preacher's kid, but I do have spiritual parents who are preachers. So does that count? Does that make me kind of a preacher's kid, even though I don't? My biological parents weren't preachers, but you know what? Their identity was completely hijacked, so they could have been. Because I will tell you, I am a storyteller. My brothers are tellers. My sister is a storyteller. Gloria, good morning. Cheers. So there is also that. Good morning, EK Patriot. What are we saying here? Kids' first day to school. Come on. Come on. Literally just open your eyes. Yeah, go get some coffee. Thank you so much. Actually make me happy with the cheers. So how are we doing? Did we have fun yesterday? Now, Robin might actually come and join. I'll probably have to shift some stuff. We'll get her on the couch with me. So, but she's downstairs and she's just taking care of business. And lots going on. Lots and lots going on. Preacher's Kid. There you are, Bri. How are you, Bri? Bri guy. So YouTube and D Live. Ooh, a double dose. A double dose of Lisa, just saying. So, so there you go. And thank you guys for sharing it out to D Live, and thank you for sharing it on YouTube. Because whatever. But we had some fun yesterday. Today, I have, believe it or not, I didn't have a message, but then I had a message. So there you go. But before we get into the message, let's talk a little bit about some stuff. Let's just talk about Daddy's Girl. That's right. Hold on. Everything's loading. So there you go. Meet me at the well, September 23rd through the 25th here in, well, actually, no, I'm in North Carolina. But back in New Jersey, where I'm from. And you will see me, and you'll meet Kelly McCann and Tony Imson, Lila Shaw, Robin Fields, Debbie Kitterman, with the worship by the very awesome Sheila Bruce. If you guys are interested, you can go. Let's get the right link. How about that? Should we do that? There you go. There it is. Meet me at the well. So you can go over there and you can see that somebody's coming up the stairs. Hi, Papa Raj. How are you? Good morning. Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh, that doesn't even bother me. Thank you. Okay. So if you guys are interested, you can go over to my website, which is touchedbyprayer/events, or you can also go over and click on Meet Me at the Well. There's a little graphic there on my homepage, so you can just kind of go over there and you can go do that. So how are we doing? Shelly said she signed. What'd she say? I signed up, but trying to figure out how to get there. And we are close to getting you there. We are close to getting you there. I'm working on it. Just saying. Cheers. So if you guys are interested, I know that a bunch of people are coming. I know more people are thinking about coming. If you're on the fence, if Papa, I'm just going to say this, is that sometimes we step out of the boat. And then we actually find that we're standing on water. So because there is, and this has nothing to do with Daddy's Girl. This really has everything to do with how you do life. And so, when God is telling you to do something, it's up to you to say, okay. And then you just say, Lord, I want to do this. I want to go here. I want to do that. And then if it's something that's coming from him, if it's truly something that you're supposed to do, you will be so super surprised at how he's going to do that. I'm just saying. And so when we can start to see how God has been orchestrating and moving things behind the scenes, and even yesterday, we were talking about the woman at the well, but today I'm not going to talk about the woman at the well. Today, I talked about we are going to talk about the woman at the well. I'm hoping that Maggie Judd is really thinking about coming. Hey, Brother John, how are you? Was your birthday? Is your birthday today, or was it in fact yesterday? Because there seems to be a discrepancy, because I thought you said it was yesterday, but I could have misheard you, and we might have just celebrated you a day early. So today is his birthday. Okay, so today is his birthday, and my bad, yesterday, but maybe not so bad, because I probably had better connection yesterday, just saying. I might have just had a lot better connection yesterday. Yeah. So yesterday to do it. But just because, today is your birthday, we can always sing you happy birthday again, because, I am all about birthday celebrations. If you guys don't know that, you will find out, because I think these are a very big deal. And so I always want to celebrate. So happy birthday, Don.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Well, okay. So yes, it's your birthday. So, but some people are so fantastic. We get to celebrate them twice. So there. Okay. Also, to let you know today, Lazarus James, he is telling his at 3 p.m. on D Live and Foxhole. So if you'd like to if you'd like to hear his testimony, right, you can go ahead and you can go and tune in to Lazarus James. If you don't subscribe to him, make sure that you D Live and also on Foxhole. Did those words resonate with you yesterday? Especially the Little John video with Robin Hood, because I, for the life of me, cannot figure out where that came from. But that to me was, I was like, okay, I don't know what that was about. I just know that was God. So I started to see that and hear that. And poor Ryan's like looking, he's looking at like 7:30 in the morning. He's looking for the Robin, the infant Disney, and we're looking for the video of and I knew it was a song about, but it's Little John, but I kept hearing Brother John, so I don't know what that was about, but I'm just saying I thought that was really I was like, okie dokie. Anyway, okay, so, and then of course we talked about the Pro Tandem. If you guys are interested in Pro Tandem, give me a call. This is the little yellow pill. So and the Axio, which I swear by, I have my way down. The Axio, think of it like kind of like the energy drinks that kind of keeps you focused and keeps you like on track. However, let's put it into a different perspective. It doesn't have all the after effects that some of those things do. And of course, the Pro Tandem, the little yellow pill, helps with aging and all the effects that are wonderful. That likes to throw saying. So if you guys are interested in it, of course, it has the hair, hair cream that helps with growing. It works. I'm gonna you totally works. Like I am like a big proponent. It totally stinking works. So if you have experienced like some hair thing, make sure that you go ahead and send me a link. Send me an email and send you some information. Okay, so let's get into it. So this morning, at, I don't know, 8 o'clock, I said, this is how I feel. Because Ryan as soon as I saw he chatted something, he put something up, like, oh, he's up. So I went and I sent him a good morning message, and then I told him I had nothing. And he says, you better think of something because we got to do something. And I was thinking, well, maybe you can just do like the best of, or let's repeat a broadcast. And it's like, I was just really trying to kind of think about it, and so all I was hearing was I got nothing, and so let's do a broadcast about nothing, and as of course I started to realize that I had nothing, I started to realize that God had something. And I started to I thought about Elijah. Now, Elijah was a prophet of God, and he was down by a brook. There was a drought, and there was famine and everything. But God was very faithful to him, and he kept him in this brook so that he would have, hi, Molly girl. He kept him in this brook so that he could, come on. Molly came to visit. She's such a good girl. Yes, she is. She's such a good girl. Come on. Come here, girl. Oh, come on, baby girl. Okay. Look at this face. This is Molly. Say, everybody. Say, I got funny ears. Look at me. Say, this is Molly. This is Molly. Say hi, Molly. Say hi. Anyway, so Elijah, so he's down by the brook, right? He's down by the brook, and the Lord is giving him water. And then he had some ravens who would come and drop food. Okay, so here he is sustained by God. He's being completely sustained by God, and he's down by the brook. Well, wouldn't you know, brook, the stinking brook starts to dry up. And don't we sometimes feel like that? Sometimes feel like, whoa, 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 God, what are you doing? What are you doing to me? This isn't fair. My brook is drying up. What am I going to do? Now, where am I going to go? How am I going to drink? And he starts drying up the brook, and then the ravens don't come. So now you're not getting any food. You're like, wait a second. You are providing one way. Now, why aren't you providing this way anymore? And then all of a sudden you hear to leave this place and you need to go somewhere. Now, if God told Elijah, you need to go somewhere. I need you to go somewhere. But he still had the brook and he still had the food. Would he go? Heck no. He'd sit there. He'd stay there because that is who we are. We want to stay in our comfort. We don't want to get out of it. We don't want to move into new territory. We don't like change. Humans do not like change. Can I just say that? Say that with me. Humans do not like change. And any time there's any kind of a change, people go nuts. If it's a good change, if it's something that makes you feel good, right? And then, you're going to give me a huge house, God? Oh my gosh, and servants? Oh, heck yeah, I'll sell my house. But if God says, no, I want you to downsize. I want you to downsize. You have too much. I want you to give it away. Go give it away. Give it to someone else. No, that's from the devil. I want you to see the rock. Don't hit the rock no more. No, people will think I'm crazy. But when your brook dries up and your food stops coming, you start to say, I better go listen. So what did God tell him to do? He said to go and visit the widow in Zarephath. So Elijah goes to Zarephath. Now, let's take the widow at Zarephath. The widow at Zarephath, she has nothing because she's going through this famine. And so she has just enough meal for one. She only has enough flour for one meal. That's it. Just one. And so she's already decided, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to this last meal for me and my son. We're going to this last meal, and then basically we're going to starve to death. But see, when God is up to something, okay, we can think that it's all about us, but it really isn't about us. So you have Elijah, who is now going on this mission for God because his place has dried up. You have who has no idea how she's going to make it because her provision is about to dry up. And so you have these two people have nothing. Elijah has nothing to give her, and the woman, she don't have much to give. So when he gets to her house, he says, okay, make me a cake. Make me a cake. Your mom was talking about this yesterday. See, great moms think alike. Great moms think alike, right, Karen? So now you have burgers. And now you have the prophets of God who's now telling this woman who has nothing, give me your last bit. Give me your very last bit. Well, what is your last bit? What is your last bit? Because God's asking a lot of people to give their last bit. Give me what you have. I want what you have. What? So now he says, make me a cake. And she's like, can't make you a cake. I only have enough for me and my son. And then we're going to die. And he says, make me the cake. So now she has a choice. She knows he's a prophet of God. And she says, maybe, just maybe, God is going to do something because I'm going to give him my only offering, my best offering, because it's all I have. It's all I have. I'm going to give him what I have, and I'm going to see. So now she makes the cake, right? And then he says to her, bring me your jars, and we're gonna fill it with oil. And she's like, what? Bring me all your jars. So bring me all your jars. This is the first time we really see multiplication. Like with Jesus, the fishes, and now we see it with Elijah, because every single jar that was brought was filled. In fact, as the jars were being filled, she probably told her son, hey, go tell the neighborhood. Go tell the neighborhood. Get every single jar that is in this neighborhood and let's fill it up. Let's fill it up. Go get it from wherever you can find it. So now imagine they're probably that are not conventional for being used for oil, and they're now probably getting everything. They're taking whatever they have, anything that can hold something, and they're probably bringing it to the prophet, because now they're starting to see that God is moving, that there is multiplication happening, and they don't want to miss it. And so now they're saying, oh my God is coming. I don't have any more jars to put it in. All right, well, go get what you can. So they're probably taking things that were used for other things, okay, and now they're bringing them back. And so because of obedience with I got nothing, because she probably said, I got nothing to give you. I got nothing to give you, Mr. Prophet, sir. I got nothing. Like I'm gonna die with nothing. And so when I said to Ryan the name, he said, the Lord started to show me this. And I started to think about it. How many times do we disqualify nothing? And God's like, I just need your something, and I can turn it into something amazing. Just give me your something and let me turn it. Let me use it to do something bigger. And we can all see that with the story of Elisha. It wasn't about Elisha, was it? It wasn't about Elisha getting fed. No, about turning this situation, about this entire town that got saved, that now there came oil, which they could go out, which they could go and sell, which they could make more cakes with, that they could go and do things with. So this oil is running. Okay, there is a surplus of provision coming in, but it's coming in a different way. It's not coming in the day. And sometimes we don't see how God is providing. There have been so many times that we have seen provision look completely different than we ever thought it was going to look. We can see God's hand doing something, but it's like, well, that doesn't sound like God. Yeah, well, sometimes he moves in strange ways. Sometimes he does things to encourage people. Sometimes he takes the little that you have, your little bit of faith, that teeny tiny seed that it talks about, the size of a mustard seed, right? But if we take that mustard seed, there are necklaces that have mustard seeds in it. That's so good. There are people who have mustard necklaces, or sometimes in a bracelet or something. They're like, I got my mustard seed of faith. Yeah, you do. That's where it's going to stay, because you've put it in and sealed it. You're not not planting it. You're holding on to it to say, look what I got, but you're not doing anything with it. Faith is something that you have for it to grow. You cannot to manifest. You just can't see anything manifest if you're holding on to it. I'm holding on to my mustard seed of faith. No. Hey, Uncle Larry, you can't hold on to it. You have to let it go. What is God telling you to let go of? What are the things in your life that God is telling you to let go of? Well, I got my mustard seed of faith, and I have that. We all have that mustard. How many times have you gone to churches? Seriously. Oh, see, right? You used to carry your mustard seed of faith, right? Okay. But that's great. And I'm not trying to diss the mustard seed of faith, because it's a great reminder. But really, if everybody's carrying around a seed, it's not great. It's not. You can. I got my mustard seed of faith. Okay, you can't see my mustard seed. My mustard seed's been planted. I can't show you my mustard seed. I planted it. I planted it a long time ago. I can show you the fruit that mustard seed. I can show you the trees that I have that there are birds that can live in my mustard seed. I could that I got testimony because I planted my mustard seed. That's right. And you guys all have stories where you stepped out in faith. Stop thinking that you just have to have a seed. No, you need to take the seed and it's not about holding on to it. We've been taught in so many ways we have to hold on to things. We've been told, just look to the cross, just look to the cross. And we do. We look to the cross, we see what was done, but then we move to the cave. We move to the resurrection. Because if we died there, do we want to stay in death? No, we want to move into life. Because the crucifixion gave a chance for resurrection to happen. So when we are sitting and we're sitting at the cross going, I'm sitting here. Well, you're not moving. Go to the tomb. Jesus didn't even stay at the cross. Can I just say that? Jesus didn't even stay at the cross. They took him down. He didn't stay at the cross. When he finished his work at the cross, they took him down. And then they moved him to the cave. That we can sit there and say, okay, and there are so many Christians, well, brother and sister, we need to just go. We just need to go and sit at the foot. Okay, but they down. He went to the cave. Go to the cave and be resurrected with him. We die with him, but then we resurrect with him. We don't sit at the cross. And people are like, well, I'm just waiting. Jesus needs to do this and Jesus needs to do that. But what are you doing? Well, I got my seed of faith. Hey, take your seed of faith and go plant it. It's just like the woman. All I have is enough for a cake. Okay, make that cake. She had to make that cake. Then when she made that cake, that's when the miracle started. When Jesus was with the disciples and they had the people, and it was more than 5,000. Remember, they didn't count women and children. Just saying. And they went as families. Why did they go? Did they go to listen to this man, right? No, they went because this man operated in miracles. They didn't understand who he was completely, but they knew that there was a man who was operating in miracles. Because when you open the blind eyes, when the lame start, when those who, have died wake up, you start to say, dude, we need to go. In the religious circles, if you're into the prophetic, okay, you find out that there's this person who's coming to a church, like, dude, such and such is coming. Are you going to go? Oh, yeah, I'm going to go. Are you? Yeah, he's going to be great. She's going to be great. We're going to go. This is going to be so awesome. And God's going to show up and it's fun. Why are you going? Is it because they just spew a bunch of words? No, it's usually because they operate in some sort of supernatural way. Either they've seen miracles, they've seen heaven, they've seen angels, they've seen something that points to paradigm than what we're using. Kingdom is so different than what we're taught, and we've been taught that we have to occupy until he returns. But it doesn't mean that we have to subject ourselves to the rules of this earth. We don't have to. We are kingdom children. So we have the authority that Jesus has to speak to things. We have the ability to start speaking into our gardens and telling our gardens to grow and to multiply. We have the ability to start, blessing our children and blessing our animals We have the ability to start speaking into the things people have been called to do. Life and death is the power of the tongue. And so what happens is when we take our obedience, okay, and we attach our obedience to God, and God says, go do this. Go. He says, I have called you these things. Okay. But Lord, I got nothing. He goes, good, because I do. I'm like, okay. And that has been so many times on my broadcast. I have nothing, but it says in the word, it says in the scriptures, it says, open your mouth and I will fill it. And there have been so many times I've just opened my mouth, and let me tell you, he has filled it. And he has filled it sometimes for 2 hours. Can I just say that? It's been a 2-hour filling, and it's been overflow. And it's just been this constant revelation that comes out. And then it's like, I had nothing. And there are times that I can say stuff, or I can do stuff. God will say, go and do this. And I go and do it, not what I'm going to do, but in obedience that God is going to take something natural and turn it into something supernatural, because that is who he is. He is a supernatural God. Jesus did supernatural things. We were created in his image. Stop holding on to your seeds and start planting them. Seriously, stop thinking that Jesus is going to come down and he's going to start changing it. When Jesus comes down, game over, folks. Game over. So we can sit there and hold on to our trinkets. But God's like, don't hold on to them. It's like with the talons. The one guy was so afraid to do it. Oh. The one guy, I have to find this, the 5 servants. Hold on one second. I gotta share this, because this just popped. Because something about this. Just 1 second. I'm just talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. And of course my phone is acting crazy, because that is, what do we have here? Yep, let go and let God. Yep, what did Brian say? Let's see, what do you got going on there, Brian? Brian's so smart. Faith should be seen as a muscle instead of a seed, so you can understand the need. Oh, come on. That's a good word, Brian. That's a really good word. So let's just read that again, and we'll give you a boom. Faith should be seen as a muscle instead of a seed, so you understand the need for development and growth. Come on, that's a really good word. That deserves this.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
I know it's in Matthew. Okay, my Bible people. Where are my Bible people? Because I think it's in Matthew, right? I'm looking for, it says gallons. No. That's not what it is. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it this way. Sometimes it's really hard to find things, right? That was good. That was really good. Okay, hold on 1 second. I think it's in. Is it in Matthew? You got a mustard seed? Oh yeah. Go ahead. Put it up, right? You don't have to tell me. Just go ahead and put it up. Let's look at that mustard seed. Look at that. Come on. Look at that. That's where we're supposed to go. That's not, we keep thinking, this is what God wants. Hold on a second. I'm almost positive it's in Matthew. See my things go. Come on. Hold on. Does anybody have that verse? I'm looking. Is it Luke? Could be Luke. It's where the king gives the 5 talents, right? And he buried coins. Let's see. Let's try that. It's funny if you think about certain things. Do you remember how in the cartoon Pinocchio, the thieves make him go and bury his money, saying it's going to grow? It's going to grow, and then they go and they steal it. Just saying. All right, if I can say, no, let's see if I can find it. Oh my gosh. It's not, my phone is not working with me today. It is totally not working with me. Um, might be in Luke. It might be in Luke. All right, let me see if this is it. That's the lost sheep. Hold on. Parable of the lost coin. Well, okay, so that's the lost coin. No, it's not the lost son. See, I love how Jesus used. It is Matthew. Okay, thank you, Shelley. Thank you, AF. This is going to be 2516. Okay, so okay, all right, here we go. So we are going to go to the parable of the talents. Okay, now this is Jesus, and he says, "For the kingdom of heaven is like a man traveling to a far country, who called his own servants and delivered his goods to them. And to one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to each according to his own ability." Now, if you think about it, let's just think about it, okay? These were his servants. And it also says who called his own servants. So these were people who were operating underneath this king. They belonged to the king. Okay? And it says that some got 5, some got 2, and 1 got 1, each according to their own ability, and immediately he went on a journey. Then he who had received the 5 talents went and traded with them and made another 5 talents. Now remember, he said, gave to each to their ability. So the one who had 5, they were already given 5. They went out and they doubled it. Okay, and likewise, he who had received 2 gained 2 more also. So he took the 2, okay, and he got 2 more. But he who had received 1 went and dug it in the ground and hid his Lord's money. And after a long time, the Lord of those servants came and settled accounts with them. So he who had received the 5 talents came and brought 5 other talents, saying, "Lord, you delivered to me 5 talents. Look, I have gained 5 more talents beside them." His Lord said to him, "Well done, good and faithful servant." I'm sorry, where else is that? Has anybody else ever heard that? I'm just asking. Okay. "You were faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of your Lord." He also, and this is from the New King James Version, just for those who are tracking. He also, who had received 2 talents, came and said, "Lord, you delivered me 2 talents. Look, I have gained 2 more talents." Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. "Lord, you have delivered to me 2 talents. Look, I have gained 2 more talents beside them." His Lord said to him, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of the Lord." Then he who had received the 1 talent came and said, "Lord, I knew you would be a hard man, reaping where you have not sown and gathering where you have not scattered seed. And I was afraid and went and hid your talent in the ground. Look, there, what you have is what is yours." But his Lord answered and said to him, "You wicked and lazy servant, you knew that I reap where I have not sown and gather where I have not scattered seed. So you ought to have deposited my money with my bankers, and at my coming I would have received back my own with interest. Therefore take the talents from him and give it to him who has 10 talents. For to everyone who has more will be given, and he who has abundance. But from him who does not have, even what he has will be taken away." Okay. And this is I'd love to read it actually in the Passion Translation where I can kind of understand it sometimes, just saying. Stop. Oh, for gosh sakes. All right. My phone is acting wacky. Okay, now it won't let me even get in. Okay, so apparently we're not using that anymore. Okay, so now I'm going to use this parable that was from, thousands of years ago. That's been written, right? Okay. And I'm going to now take it into today's context because I never saw this until just now. So back in 2013, I went to a conference. I went to my very first prophetic conference, which was called Voice of the Prophet. And there was a prophet. His name is Larry Randolph. I love Larry Randolph. And he said, there's a lot of people here. And he said, there's a lot of people here, and you haven't you haven't been given permission to walk into the things that you're that you think that you were called to do. Hey, Amy. And he said, so if this is you, if you've never been given permission to go out and do the things that you've been called to do, I want you to stand up. So people are standing up, and I felt, okay, I stood up. And he looks at me and he goes, what's your name? And I said, my name is Lisa. And he goes, Lisa, what is it that you would want to do? And I said, I want to be on TV. And he said, be more specific. I said, I want to have a talk show. And he says, Lisa, we release you into your talk show. That was in 2013. I come home, no big deal. That was in April of 2013. In October of 2013, I overhear Rob having a conversation on the phone. And he goes, yeah, I think we're going to do an internet radio show. I'm like, and he gets off. I'm like, who's doing an internet radio show? He goes, you. And I said, me? He goes, yeah. I go, about what? He goes, what you do? What I do? He goes, yeah, what you do? He goes, and you can interview people and, tell them about what you do. Now, what I do in Rob's language were praying over people, seeing signs, wonders, and miracles. That's what it was, because Rob was in the car when we had a drive-by. A drive-by is that I jump out of the car and go pray over somebody. That's what he calls them. He has his own little vernacular for my things. So anyway, so I prayed about it, and I asked, what you do. And so I asked the Lord, and I said, Lord, is this what you want me to do? And they really didn't hear anything. I said, Lord, I don't even have a name. And he said, your brother does. And I said, okay. So I called my older brother, Rick, and I said, Rick, this is what I think I'm supposed to do. I said, but I don't have a name, and God told me that you do. My brother gave me 2 names, and one of the names was Touched by Prayer. I got off I said, oh, I love that, Touched by Prayer. I said, okay. So I got off the phone with him, and I immediately said, Bob, what about Touched by Prayer? Because it's probably used. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, check it out. Everything's taken. I said, okay. He goes, so I Googled Touched by Prayer. Nobody had it. He goes, well, see if the name is available. Go to GoDaddy. I said, okay. So I went to GoDaddy. Nobody had it. So I got touchedbyprayer.com, .net, .tv, .org. I got every single available of Touched by Prayer. It's mine and has been since 2013. And then in 2014, I went ahead and I started Touched by Prayer. So, and I've been doing Touched by Prayer, and I am in season 8. I've been doing it for 8 years. As I was reading the story of the talons, I realized that was me, because in 2014 I started Touched by Prayer, and then in 2020 God told me to start a new one. He told me to start Crown Chats. He actually called it Crown Talk, and I said, how about Crown Chats? Because I like the 2 C's. And so, yeah. And so when I was reading it, the Lord said, that's what you did. And that's why you got another broadcast. So there you go. So we can see that there are times that even though we don't even see things, we don't understand that, because I guess it was for 6 years. For 6 years, I was obedient. Every Tuesday, I would do a broadcast. Every Tuesday, I would go and see people on Facebook. And I was one. I didn't have anybody to I didn't have a Ryan then. I didn't have a producer. I didn't have somebody who was going and getting people to come and be interviewed. I didn't know anybody. I knew people from my church. That's all I knew were people from my church. So how did my first Touch by Prayer start out? People at my church. So that's who I had. And then as I would meet more people and their stories were interesting, I started to have them come on my broadcast. And then I started to, and I continued to do that. And then I had Jeremy Mangersheen come on, and he introduced me to this guy that you might know. His name is Praying Medic. And at the time, that was in 2015. And at that time, Praying Medic, he was doing his stuff, but he still was secret. So I had to call him Praying Medic. I couldn't, because he was still working for the ambulance company. So I couldn't even talk. It was like all secret and hush hush and and all that, But because of that, and because I honored what he did, and I was honoring what did he do. So from Jeremy, because God told me to friend request Jeremy, and I was obedient in that. Then Jeremy introduced me to Dave, and I was obedient in that. And then Dave introduced me to everybody else. He introduced me to Jesse. He introduced me to Tony. He introduced me to, and these are Melody Posh. He introduced me to people who've become friends to me, who've become real. I mean, not just people who I interview, Michael Van Blyman, but people that I love and people who I honor and people who I respect. That is who I have had. And then because I was faithful with this, right? Thank you from university this year and haven't been here for long. Oh, okay. Anyway, so when you are faithful, when you are faithful with the little, you can even see. I mean, it's something as silly as this, because I sowed into the seeds that I had. That's what I did. I took the talents that he gave me and I multiplied them. And I've been able to have people on my broadcast that I'm like, to this day, how the heck did that happen? How the heck did that happen? And some of it happens supernaturally, where God just opened the door and the person just walked in. Sometimes I prayed about it and I said, Lord, I want this person. Sometimes that's all I do. I said, I heard Gina Phillips. And I said, Lord, I want Gina Phillips on Touch by Prayer. That's all I said. I want Gina Phillips on Touch by Prayer. Do you know I had Gina Phillips on Touch by Prayer? I wanted Antonio Sabato Jr. on Touch by Prayer. I had Antonio Sabato Jr. on Touch by Prayer. I have had William Paul Young, the author of The Shack, on Touch by Prayer. Why? Because I asked. But why did I get it? This is what I want to say. It's because I was obedient with the people who didn't have those names. I was obedient and honoring with the people, and I multiplied those people because of my obedience. And this is, like I said, I would have never in a billion years ever put that with what I just said. I would have never done that. I would never have thought in my head, oh my gosh, if The Shack is so good. And don't be talking smack about William Paul Young. Don't you dare be talking smack about that man. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. He is humble. I have seen him 2.5 hours meeting people and being interested and watching them and listening to every word as they were hugging him and crying with him and sharing with them how they loved his book. And he didn't get a glass of water. He didn't look for somebody, hey, come and take. No, I watched him, his integrity. I'm telling you. Anyway, so now I have something to understand the talents, because see, we don't understand sometimes. So what has God been telling you to do? What has God been telling you to do? Has he been telling you to take your money and to go and put it into something? Has he been saying, I want you to go and sow a seed into this ministry or into this it doesn't always have to be a ministry. Can I just say that? Sometimes it's a person. Just go sow into a person. I want you to go help this person. This person, I need your help so I can take this person and do this with it. Just like with the woman at Zarephath. Go to the woman at Zarephath because I have something for her. But in that process, there was something for him. So we can look at these things. What are you sowing into? What talents has God given you that you're burying? Are you walking around with your teeny tiny little, I got my mustard seed of faith, but you're not praying for people? You're not praying for people. I don't understand. Well, I'm afraid. Why are you guys, what? I want to ask. I'm asking for a friend, seriously. Like, we get so afraid, and we're so afraid that we're going to miss it, and that, we're going to do something and we're going to lead people down this path because we believe that God heals. Okay. We believe that heaven is real. Ooh, okay. We believe, come on, I'm just saying, go through the list, that we believe we can speak to a mountain and see it cast into the sea, that we can speak to cancer and tell it to die, that we can tell a mole that it should shrivel up and die. I got pictures. I got pictures. And it gave me a stink eye when I did it. I'm just saying. A mole gave me a stink. I have a picture of it. Gave me, hold on, let's see if I can find it. It gave me a freaking stink eye. I'm like, what? Yeah, it did. It gave me a stink eye. I'm like, get the heck out of here. Yep. My friend said, Lisa, I got a mole. I don't want this mole. Can you please pray for me? Sure, I can pray for you. And I prayed over her, and we laughed. It was October. It was in October. And we laughed. Oh my gosh, we laughed so hard. And I said to her, I said, okay, Tati, I said, we're going to believe that God is going to do something. And so let me see if it was in October of 2018. I think that's when it was. I think it was. Let's see. Let me see. October 29th. Where the heck? No, maybe it was 2017. But yeah, I prayed over her, and it disappeared. I'm just saying. I've seen legs grow out. I've seen humps disappear. Why? Not because of anything. Not because of anything. Not because of anything I did, right? Not because of anything I did. Let me see if I can do it. Okay, hold on. All right, I got it. Is it a? Let me see. Hold on. I just need to change this one. More. Convert. JPEG. Okay. All right. Okay. So now, hold on. Let's see. Let's go back here. I'm going to show you this. It might be small, and I hope you guys can see it, but let me just show you. Okay. You're talking about the book from all right. Now, look at this. Do you see the stink eye? Do you see the two little eyes down at the bottom? Now, when I first started, let me see if I can show you how it first started. Okay, hold on. All right, hold on. Hold on. We can clean it up and clear it up. Okay. Anyway, okay. So what happened? I saw it. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna see if I can do this again. All right, hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay. This is a better picture. Now, if you look at this picture, hold on. Let's just get rid of that. If you look at this picture, hold on. There we go. About the shack. Okay, hold on. All right, so there it is. Okay, so it was, you see that dark color? That dark color was the entire mole. It was like a mole, right? So we prayed over it. It got hot, and she said, "Oh my gosh, Lisa, it's getting hot." I said, "That's a good thing." Then we started laughing. Then it changed colors. It changed colors on us, right? It looked like a stink eye. I'm telling you, John, it looked like a stink eye. I was like, and but let me just tell you something. 7 days later, seriously, 7 days later, it fell off. No scar. Now, if she would go and have it burned off, it leaves a scar. Isn't that what happens when you have any kind of a mole removed? People, if you've ever had a mole removed, doesn't it leave like a scar? No scar. No scar. I'm just saying. So I've seen now, and some of the things I didn't even know. Yeah, soldier, what the heck is that? What? Oh, you're speaking in a different language. He's multilingual. Look at that. I got a multilingual produce. Oh, it's Turkish? Okay. Anyway, so yes, and God is so good. But see, it's the things. Oh, translator. Okay. So what's really interesting about this whole thing is that when I started, it's just because I used my talents and I didn't bury them. So we get so afraid that we can't do things. We get ourselves so wrapped up. But I'm going to say this, okay? If everything points to Jesus and everything says Jesus and everybody's saying Jesus and we're saying because of Jesus, we are created in his image, right? And it says all those things, right? What are we afraid of? If it's Jesus, 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 what are we afraid of? Well, you might be leading people down the wrong path. I'm leading them to Jesus. I'm leading them to Jesus. Everything that we do, we lead to Jesus. Jesus, 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 Jesus. You can use castor oil, cover it in a Band-Aid. Oh, okay. Well, we didn't do that. We prayed and it dropped off, Jenny. We prayed and it dropped off. Just saying. Hi, sweet pie. So that's saying, our prayers work. We are able to do and to operate in the supernatural. But are we burying? Are we burying it? Are you burying your talents? So when you think you have nothing, God has something. God has something so much bigger. The things that you think you are disqualified for, God's like, I got you. I got you. I can use that. I can use that. Well, I don't know. Are we supposed to be praying? Yeah, supposed to be. It says we're supposed to be laying hands on the sick. We're supposed to be casting out demons. We're supposed to be raising the dead. That's what we're supposed to be doing. So we don't have to worry about it. Are you coming?
Well, no, I'm just waiting on breakfast.
Okay, I'm almost done. So, love you guys. Here comes. Are you coming over?
Oh, God, he's so rested.
Oh. Okay, Mama Robin's rest. So just to take a deep breath. I just want everybody just to take a deep breath in, and I just want you to say that you're going to take that seed, that mustard seed, and you're going to use it. You're not going to just sit there and hold on to it. You're actually going to bury it. You're actually going to plant it. You're going to do something. You're going to walk differently. You're going to take a step of faith. You're going to take a step of faith in whatever that looks like. If whatever God is telling you to do, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. I'm not going to bury my talents. I'm not going to be the one who buries my stuff. And when God says, what did you do with the things that I gave you? I buried them because I was too afraid. We're not burying anything anymore. This is what we need to do. We need to start moving. It's time for us, just like we've been talking about all these different things. You know, we're talking about it in the Patriot movement. We have to say, okay, we got to go do something. You know, we're talking about it for the church to rise up. We're talking about it in so many different ways, but yet too many people have buried their talents. Go and bury them. If you buried them, you still got time. Go get them. Go dig them back up and start using them. Whatever it is, if it's music, if it's your words, if you think that, you know, if it's something that you're supposed to do financially, whatever it is. No, it's not scary, Joni. Fear is not from God. It is not from God. Because what if all the great men of faith, the great women of faith in the Bible that we talk about, what if they let fear be the ones that buried their talents? What if it was the fear that stopped them? What if it was the fear that Moses couldn't even go to Pharaoh? Sometimes we have to put faith over our fear. And we have to say that God is for me. And if God is for me, who could be against me? So let me just pray. So Lord, I just thank you for this time. I thank you for each and every single person here on this broadcast. Papa, I just ask you just to stir up the talents that you have inside of each person. I thank you, Papa, that there are gifts in each and every one of your children. I ask you to stir those things up. And I ask you, Papa, to give them the faith and to help them in their confidence or their Godfidence that you are with them and you are going to help them. Papa, help us to walk as your children, that we don't walk as servants and slaves, afraid of being punished each time we turn, but that we can come to you, that even if we make a mistake, that you will be loving. I thank you, Father, that this is going to be the greatest harvest that has ever been. And it's because we are planting. Help us to be the planters that drop the seeds into situations where there is no hope, where there is no way, but there is Yahweh. I thank you, Papa, for each and every individual here who has given you their yes. Thank you, Papa. Help us to walk out all the plans and the purposes that you've called us to do. I thank you, Father, for each and every one. Papa, bless their homes, bless their properties, bless their relationships, bless their children, their children's children, and the children to come. Bless their health, bless their finances, bless their workplace and every place that they put their foot. Papa, help them to walk in favor and help them to walk in the blessings that you have given us. Father, I ask you to watch over our president, to watch over our military, to watch over our police officers and our EMTs, our firemen, our doctors and nurses. Lord, thank you for politicians who are still fighting for truth and for liberty, for justice and for freedom. Thank you, Father, for righteous judges. Thank you for the overturning of the unrighteousness in this land. I ask you to send your angels to protect our country. We bless America. We bless America from sea to shining sea, from the north and the south, and from the east and the west. Let your hands stay and hover and cover America. Papa, I thank you for the pastors, for the preachers. Thank you for the apostles, for the prophets, for the teachers, and for the evangelists. Help us to walk together in unity and in love. Papa, I thank you for the truth speakers and the truth talkers that you have raised up that are speaking and renewing people's minds, helping them to see truth. Help us to guard our hearts. Help us to walk in love. We thank you, Papa, for everything that you are doing. Let your will be done. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, guys, go out. Have a fantastic day. Go and dig up your talents if you've buried them. And if you haven't, it's time to start sowing them. Start doing things that are going to help you to multiply the gift that is you. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.